Hello, everyone. Are you tired of using the same old words like I'm happy, I'm sad, or I think in every conversation? Do you ever feel like your English doesn't quite match the way you really want to express yourself? If that sounds like you, you're definitely not alone, and you're definitely in the right place. Today, I'm going to help you change that completely. In this video, you're going to learn 50 powerful, natural, and super useful English. Phrases that will help you express your feelings and opinions just like a native speaker. These aren't stiff textbook expressions. These are the exact words and phrases people actually use in real life, whether they're feeling amazing, frustrated, confused, or just trying to say what they really think. Here's the truth. Most English learners overuse simple words like happy, sad, mad, and I think. They get the job done, but they don't show the depth or emotion you might want to express. Saying I'm heartbroken hits different than just I'm sad, and saying I strongly believe that sounds much more confident than just I think. So what can you expect in this video? We'll go through real phrases for all kinds of emotions, positive, negative, mixed feelings, and even when you're not quite sure how you feel. Then we'll dive into practical ways to share your thoughts, express agreement or disagreement, and sound more fluent and natural. In everyday conversation, you'll also hear quick examples and mini dialogues along the way. These will help you not just understand the phrases, but also remember how to use them in real situations. Because this isn't just about memorizing English. This is about becoming the kind of speaker who can express themselves naturally, clearly, and with personality. So if you want to feel more confident in your English and stop sounding robotic or awkward, this video is your step-by-step guide. Ready to upgrade your vocabulary and finally speak the way you feel? Let's start with our first group, phrases that express positive emotions. Phrases to express positive emotions. We've already covered some fantastic ways to express joy and excitement. Now let's explore more nuanced and expressive phrases to round out your emotional vocabulary. Cheer, I'm feeling uplifted. This means something has made you feel lighter, more hopeful, or emotionally better. That message from my friend really uplifted me. 17. I feel blessed. A warm and humble way to express gratitude and happiness. I feel blessed to have such a loving family. 18. I'm content. Not overly excited, just peacefully satisfied. It's a calm and stable type of happiness. I don't need anything fancy. I'm content with what I have. 19. I'm inspired. Used when you feel creatively or emotionally motivated by something or someone. After watching that documentary, I feel truly inspired. 20. I'm hopeful. Another softer, more emotional phrase. It shows positive expectation. Even with everything going on, I'm hopeful for the future. 21. I'm feeling optimistic. Slightly more confident than hopeful. You believe things will turn out well. I'm feeling optimistic about the results. 2. I'm loving it. Popularized by advertising, but still natural. Use this when you're thoroughly enjoying something. This new series on Netflix? I'm loving it. 23. I'm psyched. Very informal, very energetic. Similar to pumped or stoked. I'm so psyched for the game this weekend. 24. I'm walking on air. Very poetic and visual. Used when you feel extremely light and joyful. Ever since the proposal, I've been walking on air. 25. I'm feeling amazing. Simple but strong. Covers both emotional and physical well-being. After that vacation, I'm feeling amazing. And there you have it. 25 expressive ways to talk about feeling happy, grateful, excited, confident, and more. Don't just memorize these. Try them out in your real conversations. Use one or two next time someone asks, "How are you?" Instead of the usual, "I'm good," why not say, "I'm feeling energized," or "I'm on top of the world"? Phrases to express negative emotions. Let's face it, we all have bad days. Whether you're frustrated, sad, annoyed, or completely drained, being able to express negative feelings clearly and naturally is an important part of real communication. English isn't just for happy moments, it's for real life. So let's explore 25 natural phrases to express negative emotions without sounding rude, overly dramatic, or like a robot. These are phrases you'll actually hear native speakers use all the time. I'm feeling down. A soft way to say you're sad or not in a good mood. I don't know why. I'm just feeling a bit down today. But I'm in a bad mood, direct and honest. Use this when you're irritable or upset. Sorry if I'm being short. I'm just in a bad mood. I'm stressed out, common and very natural. You're overwhelmed or under pressure. Work has been insane lately. I'm completely stressed out. 4. I'm exhausted. You're physically or emotionally drained. I barely slept last night. I'm absolutely exhausted. I feel overwhelmed. Everything feels too much. A common feeling during busy or emotional times. With everything going on, I just feel so overwhelmed. I'm heartbroken. Used when you're deeply sad, usually after loss or breakup. He meant a lot to me. I'm heartbroken. 7. I feel like I'm falling apart. A dramatic but honest way to say you're emotionally unstable. After all that's happened, I feel like I'm falling apart. 8. I'm disappointed. Very useful in both casual and formal situations. I expected more. Honestly, I'm disappointed. Mao. I'm drained. Less physical than exhausted, more about your energy or motivation. That conversation completely drained me. 10. I feel hopeless. For deep discouragement, when you feel like there's no way forward. I've tried everything. I just feel hopeless right now. 11. I'm frustrated. Use this when things don't go as planned and it's getting on your nerves. I keep trying and failing. I'm so frustrated. 12. I'm anxious. You're worried, tense, or nervous about something. I'm anxious about the exam results. 13. I'm not okay. A very honest and simple phrase, strong and serious. Thanks for asking, but I'm not okay right now. 14. I'm at my breaking point. You've reached your limit emotionally or mentally. Between work and family stress, I'm at my breaking point. 15. I'm feeling insecure. You lack confidence about yourself, your work, your appearance, anything. Lately, I've been feeling insecure about my English skills. 16. I feel left out. Use this when you feel excluded or ignored in a group. Everyone got invited except me. I feel so left out. 17. I'm annoyed. Mild irritation. Useful in everyday conversations. I'm a bit annoyed with how he handled that situation. I'm upset. Very versatile, can mean angry, sad, or hurt. I'm still upset about what she said. Draining. I feel empty. A deep emotional phrase for sadness or numbness. Ever since the breakup, I just feel empty. 20. I'm discouraged. You've lost motivation or confidence after trying something. I keep getting rejections. I'm feeling really discouraged. Ciao. I'm bitter. A strong word used when you're holding on to negative feelings for a long time. I know I should move on, but honestly, I'm still bitter. 22. I'm angry. Very direct. Use only when it fits the situation and tone. I'm angry that no one took responsibility. 3. I'm devastated. For big emotional events, deep sadness and shock. When I heard the news, I was devastated. 24. I'm feeling numb. You're so overwhelmed you feel nothing. So much has happened, I'm just feeling numb now. 25. I'm not in the right headspace. You're not mentally ready to talk, work, or deal with something. I want to help, but I'm not in the right headspace right now. Emotions are complex, and you don't have to pretend everything's okay. These phrases help you talk about the hard stuff in ways that are mature, respectful, and emotionally intelligent. And remember, being fluent means being able to communicate what's real, even if it's not always happy. Phrases for confusion, surprise, and indecision. Not every conversation is clear and simple. Sometimes you're unsure. Sometimes things catch you off guard. And sometimes you just need more time to think. In this section, you'll learn 25 phrases to express confusion, surprise, or when you're just not sure what to say or decide. These phrases help you sound more natural and human, because nobody has all the answers all the time. Part 1. Confusion. I'm not quite sure what you mean. Polite and clear. A great phrase for asking clarification. Sorry, I'm not quite sure what you mean by that. 2. I'm confused. Simple and honest. Wait, are we meeting today or tomorrow? I'm confused. I don't get it. More. Casual means you don't understand something. Why would they cancel it last minute? I don't get it. 4. I'm lost. Used when you've completely lost track of a conversation or idea. Sorry, I'm lost. Can you explain? That again? That went over my head. Funny and humble. Great way to admit confusion without sounding negative. That math explanation totally went over my head. I can't wrap my head around it. Used when something is hard to understand or believe. I can't wrap my head around how fast AI is evolving. 7. That doesn't make sense to me. Polite way to express confusion or disagreement. I'm sorry, but that just doesn't make sense to me. Ash, you lost me. Casual phrase used mid-conversation. You lost me after the second example. Can you slow down? Part 2. Surprise. No way. Casual and expressive. Shows disbelief or excitement. No way. You got tickets to Taylor Swift? 10. You're kidding. Used when something sounds shocking or unexpected. You're kidding. He actually quit his job? 1. Seriously? A quick reaction when something catches you off guard. Seriously? That's what they decided to do? 12. I can't believe it. Used for both positive and negative surprise. I can't believe we actually made it on time. 13. That blew my mind. Something was so surprising or amazing, it stunned you. The ending of that movie totally blew my mind. 14. That's wild. Very casual. Use it when something is really unexpected. He met his future wife on a train in Tokyo? That's wild. 15. You've got to be kidding me. More dramatic, often used when annoyed or shocked. You've got to be kidding me. They raised the price again? 16. Whoa! Very short but expressive. Use when surprised, amazed, or impressed. Whoa! That's incredible. Part 3. Indecision or uncertainty. 17. I'm not sure. Basic, useful, and universal. Works in almost any situation. I'm not sure if I can make it to the meeting yet. 8. I'm torn. Means you're stuck between two choices. I'm torn between going abroad and staying here for work. I haven't decided yet. Use this when someone is pressuring you for an answer. I haven't decided yet. I still need to think about it. 20. It's hard to say. Used when you're unsure or don't want to give a strong answer. It's hard to say what the outcome will be. 21. I need to think it over. You're being cautious and want time to reflect. I like the idea, but I need to think it over. 22. I'm weighing my options. Used when you're carefully considering different possibilities. I haven't chosen a school yet. I'm still weighing my options. 3. I'm undecided. Formal but useful, especially in interviews or debates. At the moment, I'm undecided. 24. I'm leaning toward used when you're closer to a decision but not there yet. I'm leaning toward accepting the job offer. 25. I'm on the fence. You haven't chosen a side yet. Very common in spoken English. I'm on the fence about moving to a new city. There you have it. 25 real, natural ways to express confusion, surprise, and indecision. Whether you're shocked, puzzled, or unsure, these phrases help you sound thoughtful, fluent, and emotionally intelligent in everyday English conversations. Everyday opinion starters and transitions. Sharing your opinion is something we do every day, whether you're chatting with friends, writing an email, or responding in a meeting. But if you always start with I think or I believe, it can quickly sound repetitive. In this section, you'll learn 25 natural and versatile phrases to start, transition, or soften your opinions in English. These are phrases that native speakers use in both casual and formal situations, and they'll help you sound more confident and smooth when expressing your views. Let's break them down by 3 useful categories: basic starters, conversational softeners, and structured transitions. Part 1, basic opinion starters. In my opinion, classic, polite, and works everywhere. In my opinion, that movie was way too long. I think, very common, but still natural if used occasionally. I think she handled the situation well. I feel like, slightly more emotional or subjective, more casual. I feel like people don't talk about this enough. I believe, great for stronger or more formal opinions. I believe education should be free for everyone. From my perspective, helps show that your opinion is personal, not universal. From my perspective, the system needs a complete overhaul. The way I see it adds a thoughtful, balanced tone to your view. The way I see it, both sides have valid points. To me, short and useful, especially in casual discussions. To me, it just doesn't feel right. Part 2, softeners and conversation-friendly phrases. Sometimes you want to share your opinion without sounding too direct or aggressive. These softeners make your English sound more polite and conversational. It seems to me, shows humility or openness to other views. It seems to me that they're rushing the decision. 9, I'd say, very casual and flexible. Works well in spoken English. I'd say it's one of her best performances. 10, if you ask me, adds a personal touch, slightly informal. If you ask me, that policy doesn't make any sense. 11, honestly, I think, adds emotion or emphasis. Honestly, I think we deserve better than this. 12, I might be wrong, but a great way to stay respectful while sharing your view. I might be wrong, but I think that's actually a myth. 13, I kind of feel like a casual way to express a soft or tentative opinion. I kind of feel like we're making this more complicated than it needs to be. It feels like very natural in spoken English, used for observations or gut feelings. It feels like people are getting more impatient lately. Part 3, transitions and expansions. These are useful when you're developing your opinion, adding contrast, or responding to someone else's point of view. Fit. That being said, used to introduce a contrast or counterpoint. That being said, I understand why they made that choice. At the same time, useful when you want to show balance or dual thinking. At the same time, we can't ignore the risks. 17, to be fair, great for softening criticism or showing fairness. To be fair, they were under a lot of pressure. 18, still, concise and casual way to signal a contrasting idea. Still, I think they could have handled it better. That's just how I see it. A nice way to end an opinion without sounding forceful. That's just how I see it, though. I could be wrong. Let me put it this way. Helpful for clarifying or simplifying your opinion. Let me put it this way. It's not about money, it's about trust. Here's the thing. Casual, useful for drawing attention before stating your point. Here's the thing. I don't think they've thought it through. What I mean is, used to explain or clarify your point if it's been misunderstood. What I mean is, we need a new approach, not just new tools. 23. Let's be real. Slightly edgy or informal, adds honesty or seriousness. Let's be real. Nobody reads the full terms and conditions. All I'm saying is, used when you're trying to clarify a main idea or opinion. All I'm saying is, we need to slow down and think before we act. 5. That's just my 2 cents. Very conversational. A casual way to end an opinion lightly. That's just my 2 cents. It's totally up to you. When you use these kinds of phrases, your opinions will sound more thoughtful, flexible, and fluent. Whether you're agreeing, disagreeing, or explaining your point, these phrases will help you navigate conversations with ease and clarity. Phrases to agree and disagree naturally. One of the biggest signs of fluency isn't just sharing your opinion, it's knowing how to respond to others. Whether you agree, partially agree, or completely disagree, your ability to react naturally says a lot about your English skills. Let's go through 25 powerful and practical phrases you can use to express agreement or disagreement in a smooth, friendly, and confident way. We'll divide them into 3 categories: agreeing, disagreeing, and neutral or partial agreement. Part 1. Agreeing. I totally agree. A strong and enthusiastic way to agree. I totally agree. This is the best solution. Exactly. Short but powerful. Great in casual conversation. Exactly. That's what I've been saying all along. Free. You're absolutely right. Polite, clear, and a bit more formal. You're absolutely right about the timing issue. Fair. I couldn't agree more. A super strong way to say you agree 100%. She deserves the award. I couldn't agree more. 5. That's so true. Natural and conversational. That's so true. People do tend to rush things. 6. I was just thinking the same thing. Great for showing alignment with someone's thoughts. I was just thinking the same thing about the budget plan. 7. That's a good point. Polite and flexible. You can agree without sounding too strong. That's a good point. I hadn't thought of it that way. No, I think you're right. Softer and more reflective. I think you're right about delaying the launch. Part 2. Disagreeing politely. Now let's talk disagreement. You don't have to sound rude or confrontational. These phrases help you disagree with respect and style. I see your point, but one of the best ways to disagree politely. I see your point, but I think we need more data first. 10. I'm not so sure about that. Softens your disagreement. I'm not so sure about that approach. It might take too long. 7. I don't quite agree. Very diplomatic. I don't quite agree. I think the risks are higher than that. 12. I see it differently. Expresses your view without dismissing the other person. I see it differently. In my experience, that rarely works. 3. That's one way to look at it, but give space to both perspectives. That's one way to look at it, but I'd suggest a different route. 14. I respect your opinion, but polite, especially in formal or tense conversations. I respect your opinion, but I'm going to have to disagree. Fiend. I'm afraid I don't agree. Very polite. Good for formal or professional discussions. I'm afraid I don't agree with the final decision. Part 3. Neutral or partial agreement. Sometimes you agree with part of what someone said, but not all of it. These phrases are perfect for that in-between space. You have a point, but acknowledges part of their view before offering your own. You have a point, but we also need to consider the cost. Sabine. I agree to an extent. You partly agree, but not fully. I agree to an extent, but we should still test it first. 18. That's true, but useful when you want to gently shift the conversation. That's true, but it's not the whole picture. 19. I can see where you're coming from. Shows empathy, even if you disagree. I can see where you're coming from, but I don't think it'll work in this case. 20. Fair enough. Casual and useful when you're letting something go or accepting a point. Fair enough. Maybe I was being too harsh. How? That makes sense. Acknowledges logic without necessarily agreeing fully. That makes sense, but I'm still unsure about the timeline. 22. That's an interesting perspective. Keeps the conversation open even if you don't agree. That's an interesting perspective. I hadn't thought of that. 23. I hadn't considered that. Admits their point has value, even if you still disagree. I hadn't considered that. You might be right. 24. Let's agree to disagree. Great for ending a respectful debate. We're clearly on different sides. Let's agree to disagree. 25. We'll have to wait and see. Neutral. Good when it's not clear who's right yet. We'll have to wait and see how the market reacts. Disagreeing well is a real skill, and when you combine these phrases with the tone of your voice and a respectful attitude, you'll sound fluent, calm, and professional. Advanced tips to sound fluent and confident. By now, you've got a solid toolkit of natural English phrases to express how you feel and what you think. But what separates good speakers from truly fluent ones? It's not just vocabulary, it's how you use those phrases. In this section, you'll learn advanced tips and bonus phrases to take your fluency and confidence to the next level. These aren't just grammar tricks. These are the habits and expressions native speakers use all the time to sound clear, real, and relaxed. Tip 1. Use fillers to sound natural, but not too many. Fillers help you buy time and soften your speech. They make you sound more human. Just be careful not to overuse them. Examples. You know, I mean, like, well, basically. Well, I'm not exactly sure, but I think it'll work. I mean, it's not ideal, but we'll figure it out. Tip 2. Mix strong opinions. With soft language, sounding confident doesn't mean sounding aggressive. In English, we often soften our strong opinions to sound more approachable. Phrases that show confidence with balance. I'm convinced that, as far as I'm concerned. There's no doubt in my mind that, as far as I'm concerned, that was the right decision. There's no doubt in my mind that this is the right move. Tip 3. Use intonation to match emotion. Sometimes, it's not the phrase, it's how you say it. Your voice should match the emotion. Practice saying the same phrase in different ways. I'm fine. Flat. Not okay. I'm fine. Upbeat or genuinely happy. I'm fine. Low, are you tired or irritated? Practice. Tip. Record yourself saying the same phrase with different emotions. Notice how your tone changes the meaning. Tip 4. Add detail for depth. Instead of stopping at "I'm tired," explain why. This helps you connect better with others and shows stronger fluency. "I'm wiped out, been working late all week." "I'm super excited. We finally booked the tickets." Adding even one short explanation makes your emotion more real and interesting. Tip 5. Use emotion-connected idioms. Idioms are high-level fluency tools, and using a few naturally can make your English sound advanced, expressive, and fun. Bonus. Emotional idioms. "I'm at the end of my rope." "I'm out of patience or energy." "It's getting under my skin." "It's starting to really annoy me." "That made my day." "Something made me very happy." "I'm walking on eggshells." "I feel nervous or cautious around someone." "That hit me hard." Something affected you emotionally. After the third delay, I was at the end of my rope. Your message really made my day. Tip 6. Use mini stories to support feelings telling. A short story gives context to your emotion. It makes your English more interesting and memorable. "I'm exhausted. I had to stay up until 2 a.m. finishing a presentation." "I'm excited. We've been saving for this trip for 3 years." Even 2 extra sentences can turn a phrase into a connection. Tip 7. Mirror native patterns with chunking. Chunking means speaking in natural phrases, not word by word. English speakers don't say, "I am very happy today." They say, "I'm really happy today." Smooth one thought. Practice using common chunks. "I'm not really sure." To be honest, it's kind of like, "I'd say that." Tip 8. Listen and repeat. Real English. Watch native speakers on YouTube in interviews or podcasts. Pause, repeat what they say, and mimic their tone. This will help you naturally adopt fluent rhythm and emotion. Tip 9. Use pacing for effect. Slow down when expressing something emotional or important. Speed up for excitement or storytelling. Varying your pace keeps listeners engaged and helps emphasize key emotions. Tip 10. Practice in low-stress moments. Practice your phrases when you don't need them, so they're ready when you do. Use them in casual conversations. Practice with a language partner, or even speak aloud to yourself in the mirror. Over time, phrases like, "Honestly, I feel a bit overwhelmed." To be fair, it's not entirely their fault. "I'm leaning toward saying yes," will feel completely natural. Mastering these advanced habits doesn't happen overnight, but by building on the phrases you've already learned and applying these tips, you'll sound more fluent, more confident, and more you every time you speak. Recap, final examples, and call to action. You've made it to the end. Nice job. Let's take a quick look at everything we covered in this video. You learned 50 powerful English phrases to express your feelings and opinions naturally. Not only that, you also picked up advanced strategies to speak with more confidence, emotion, and fluency. Here's a quick recap of the categories we explored. Positive emotions, like "I'm over the moon," "I'm glowing," and "life's good." Negative emotions, like "I'm heartbroken," "I feel left out," and "I'm drained." Confusion and indecision, phrases like "I'm not quite sure," "I'm torn," and "let's wait and see." Sharing opinions, with phrases like "from my perspective," "honestly, I think," and "the way I see it." Agreeing and disagreeing, naturally with phrases like "I totally agree," "I see your point, but," and "fair enough." Advanced fluency tips, including tone, pacing, fillers, mini stories, idioms, and how to sound more real and expressive in English. But now it's your turn. Don't just watch, practice. Try choosing 3 to 5 new phrases from each section and use them in a real conversation today. Whether you're texting a friend, commenting online, or just speaking out loud to yourself, Use them. That's how fluency is built. Want to level up even more? Rewatch parts of this video and repeat the phrases out loud. It's one of the best ways to train your brain to think in English. And hey, if any of these phrases were new or especially helpful to you, drop your favorite one in the comments. I'd love to see which ones you're planning to use. If you enjoyed this video and found it useful, make sure to give it a thumbs up, subscribe to the channel, and turn on notifications so you never miss out on future lessons. Thanks so much for watching, and remember, you don't need to speak perfect English, you just need to speak real English. See you in the next one.